Oh my goodness, it is sweltering hot today. We're just a few days into summer and it's already in the triple digits. It was 100 yesterday, it's 100, it's going to be about 101 today. And it's already so hot that if you walk on the deck it burns your feet. Well, we got a little kiddie pool set up and the kids have been swimming for a little bit. We got sunscreen covered on them and got them in the pool, and they got to stay out here for about 15 minutes. It's really, really hot. All the animals have water. Not going to do much outside today, I'm telling you. I hope that my garden and stuff fare well. I've got a little bit of garden footage from 2 days ago. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you out here in the vegetable garden. I hadn't shared the vegetable garden with you a whole lot because I've been out front. I've been really busy out there trying to weed and get some things planted before this heat come on. This week it's going to be really hot in the triple digits for the rest of the week. And I don't know what next week's going to be like, but it's really hot out here now. So I'm going to have to be careful, make sure everything stays good and watered, and try to keep things in the shade if I can. And maybe our garden and stuff won't burn up. But I'll keep you posted, and I'll show you the clips that I've got of a couple of days ago showing you the vegetable garden. Things are starting to come in. There's tomatoes and there's squash, and some cucumbers are on their way. So we're going to be enjoying the fruits of that garden before we know it. And so I'm excited about that. Always excited to reap some things out of the garden. I'm going to work inside today because it's hot out here. I'm going to get done what I can in there. I got a few things that I've got to do. And never ending work, right? I've got a cup of tea this morning and I've let it set to get cold. You know, you can always make iced tea out of any tea that you like. But I drank a cold coffee this morning and I've got that tea right there that's cooling off because I'm not going to drink it hot today. I got in here, I went yesterday with my friend. My friend Sharon and I got to go out and do some hanging out together. And I just bought a frame a while back. And I bought this little 99-cent flag. And I put it in this frame. And I thought that was so cute for the summer decor. And Americana, you know, the 4th of July coming up. And I like to leave my summer decorations up all the way until I'd start decorating for fall. So this, I'm going to put this up. I like the way that turned out. I thought I'd share it with you because it's just a frame. I got it from Hobby Lobby on sale, so it was like, I think it was 50% off because they were having a sale back there in the frames. And Donald got me a birthday present and he went and had it framed, so I got to go pick out the frame. And while I did, I saw this one just, you know, there ready. Just pick it up and buy it that day. So I bought this with this in mind. And then yesterday when Sharon and I were shopping, I was able to pick up one of these little flags for 99 cents. And I just cut the little flag off of the little stick. It's not perfect. It's a little bit crooked down here. But that was okay. It still turned out exactly the way that I wanted it. And I love it. I'm going to hang this up as part of summer decoration. And one of the antique stores we went to had the American flag, and it tells you all about the American flag, a handbook of history and etiquette. I gave $9 for this, and then I researched on Amazon to see if you could buy them on Amazon, and you sure can. I think they're about $9 and like 98 cents or something. So about the same price that I gave for this. I'm going to put this up, not only because I like to read about it and to know about it, but because I think that it is beautiful, a beautiful little book to decorate with, and the content. I want the content of it. So I picked that up, and I'm just going to put this up. I picked this little planner up too. I'm going to use it for something unusual. I don't know what. I love blue and white, so I can always work that in. Cookie's sitting on the air conditioner today. There's a pottery near us, and so we went up to it. Well, it's a little ways away. It's a pretty good ways away. I can't say it's really near us, but it was close by, close enough for us to drive and go to a day trip on. So we went up there, and I picked up this little canister right here, or a vase or planter. I'm not even sure what it is, but I really liked it. It has wildflowers on it. It has some yarrow and some Queen Anne's lace, and it looks like some burdock right here. Just had some wildflowers on it, so I said, oh, I want that for the bathroom. I'm going to put my soap in it like this, and I'm going to put it in here. This little soap dispenser will go, I'll put that up today because it went along with the spring decor, the daffodil shower curtain. So I'll go ahead and put this up, and it won't be there. And this soap fit right down in here, so I made a little soap holder out of that. And I love the look of it. I love the look of that little clay canister. I also picked up this bow. Now, they have ribbon there, and I could have picked up and bought 2 separate spools of ribbon and made this bow myself. But there was a little girl there, and she was making these bows. I mean, she was a woman, but she was a young woman. And she was selling them for $8, and I thought, well, by the time I pay $4 each for 2 spools of ribbon, I'll already have $8 in it. And I don't want a lot of leftover ribbon with this design on it. I just need it for a wreath on the front door. So I went ahead and bought this bow for $8, and I thought that was really pretty and well worth it. So I picked up that American flag design with stars and stripes to go up, and I thought that was a good deal. I'm making the kiddos some bacon. We're going to have bacon and eggs and breakfast for lunch today. Now I'm going to share with you what Donald bought for me for my birthday. This is a print by Kimberly Langevin, Hide and Seek. And this is that picture. He had that framed. We got it framed at Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has a really good framing section. I don't know if you've ever used it. I mean, if you have anything professionally framed, it's pretty expensive, but Hobby Lobby had a half price sale, so that helped us out. But this is an old house, much just like the one that I grew up in before anything was built around it. And you've got a kid hiding in the leaves right here, and one hiding at the tree, and then there's a little kid hiding over here. And that's the reason they call it hide and seek. My husband got this for me. I think he got it from his brother, and then he took it to Hobby Lobby. I got to take it to Hobby Lobby and pick out the mats and the frame, and then he went and picked it up and bought that for me for my birthday. And I tell you, I couldn't have liked anything more. I'm trying to get it where there's not a glare from the light on it for you so you can see it. But this is the artwork that's right up my alley, and this is the kind of thing that makes your home unique, and it makes your home you. It's the choice of art or the choice of no art. You know, however you choose to decorate. But this is the kind of art that I really like. I enjoy having hanging in my home, and so I love this gift, this beautiful gift by this artist. It was very sentimental. And I'm sorry about the glare. And then here is this, of course, I had bought for Donald for Father's Day one year. And that's a whole different artist. And it's a local mountain to us. And he grew up tobacco farming. So those tobacco barns were, that cabin and that tobacco barn, were sentimental and something that he really liked, and so this is just hanging right over it. I'm sorry about the glare of that light. Forget this little tip. Leave a piece of soap so that it gets soft like this. Run your fingernails across it. Get the soap down in your fingernails. It'll keep the dirt from filling up your fingernails, and it'll be a whole lot easier to clean up at the end of the day. Now you'll lose some of it out there working, but the most of it will stick down in there where the dirt normally sticks. And it'll be a whole lot easier to clean those fingernails when you come in. I've lost several of mine. I've worked hard with no gloves, and it's really taken a toll on my fingernails. Well, I've had this shower curtain up since spring, and I really have loved it. I've enjoyed it. It's a good quality. It's pretty. It's got daffodils on it. But it's now time to change it out for summer. And just like that, spring turned into summer. I'm in here this morning. I have a lot of eggs, so I'm going to make French toast for breakfast. I'm going to try to incorporate a lot of eggs into our meals, as I always do at this time of the year. I like this little ceramic pie dish. I like to use it to crack the eggs, add the cinnamon and the vanilla flavor and stuff in it that goes in the French toast. I have gone and done a few errands this morning, so I've been pretty busy. I'm going to crack a few eggs in here. Hopefully this won't fall off with me. Let me get this compost bin close by so I can just put these eggshells in. I usually use about 4 eggs when I'm just making it for myself. That seems like a lot, but it's not really that much. Let's see, let's put a little bit of vanilla flavoring in it. I always put just a little bit of oil in it and a little bit of cream. I just whip the eggs in together with the cream and the vanilla flavoring, and I'm going to get a little bit of cinnamon to add to that. That's probably about a half a teaspoon. You can add as much cinnamon or as little, or even leave it out if you don't want it. But it adds delicious flavor to the French toast. We'll whip that in a little bit there. And just take some bread, any kind of bread. Bread that's a day old does great. I've got some end pieces here. I'm just going to put them down in here. Let them soak a little bit. I'll flip them over. Let them soak up some of the egg, some of the mixture that you got going on here. I have my pan going on here with some oil in it. You can use butter, whatever you like the flavor of. And then I'm going to put the toast in there and let it brown. We're just going to fry it a little bit on each side. Get the eggs good and done. I've got 2 more of these soaking while I've got these 2 cooking. I'm going to give them a flip. smells good already. Let them cook on the back side, and that's my breakfast this morning. I've got 2 more I put in here. I'm going to sprinkle this with cinnamon and sugar. Some people use syrup, but I don't want that much sweetness, so I'm just sprinkling with a little bit of cinnamon and sugar on top, and I'm going to have this for breakfast. Good morning. Well, I'm out in the vegetable garden today. Now, I've neglected the vegetable garden here because I've been out front trying to straighten out the cottage gardens out front. So it's been a while since I've been back here. So I've got to get back here after the rain and check on everything and see what's going on. Now, I have been up here this morning in the little garden where we always put the tomatos so the kids can come in and pick. And I've been weeding. You can see right there I've got partially weeded. And then there's plenty more weeds starting up here at the top. We've got some things going on. There's a tomato. We've got to string that tomato up. All these tomato plants, we hadn't put them in cages or strung them up. We just got the one that we had right here. And it had fell over, so it had touched the ground, and that's why you see some things I got to clip off there. But I've got to get these tomato cages. These are fine, growing up beside of the fence here. But I've been weeding. I try to get out here and weed before it gets real hot. It's supposed to be over 90 degrees today, and that makes for hot weeding. But the good thing about the backyard here is it is in the shade. So we've got some semi-shade back here. Now, I already see that we've got a squash. Can't let that go. Wow. Looking beautiful. We'll see what else we got in here. I see some blooms and some little baby squash coming along. That's a good thing. But I don't see anything else that needs to be harvested. I don't know. Wait a minute. Here is one. We'll go ahead and take that one off so that the rest can come on up. So the squash is giving some bounty this morning. We got these tomato plants. They're looking good. This one tomato plant is staked up because it's not against a cattle panel. It doesn't have a cattle panel to lean on. Here's a little maple tree growing. We won't need that in the garden. Okay, these it does not look too weedy out here. Not too many weeds to worry about in this garden. For some reason, the little upper garden is just loaded with weeds. But this one's not too weedy. That's a good thing. Cucumbers are looking good. They're trailing right up the vine like they should be. Got some blooms on them. We'll be enjoying some good cucumbers before we know it. Those are the little pickling cucumbers. They're coming right along. So the vegetable garden's looking good to have been neglected. It's just out here doing what it's supposed to be doing. The blackberry bush we planted this year is looking good. Not a bad harvest. 2 little squash. That's enough for a mess for 2 people. So me and Donald will probably eat this today. He was able to get out here and mow the yard. The elderberry bush has lost its blooms, and now it is loaded with the berries. Now we'll see how many of these we can get before they ripen, because the birds also love them. But the good thing about it is we've got plenty for ourselves and plenty for the birds. Plenty of elderberry this year. The little blackberry's looking good for its first year in the ground. I see new growth. So it appears to be happy right here where it's at. I've got more weeding I've got to get done. And I've got to string up some of these tomato plants up off the ground. So this vegetable garden's been out there just minding its business, doing what it's supposed to do, so I'm not going to worry about it a whole lot. Looks like the rain beat my little lettuce patch down quite a bit out here. We'll go look at that. Now we did harvest some of this. This is butter crunch lettuce, and then we eat it like leaf lettuce, and it is delicious. But the rain did beat it down some. I've got more seed to replant this if we wanted to. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. There's a couple of meals left on here yet. This little butter crunch lettuce is delicious. It's really good. One of my little granddaughters was like, "Grammy, when are peaches ready to eat?" She thought she could pluck these off, and I said, "Baby, they're ready when they get big and turn colors. They don't have green on them." So we're looking forward to getting a few peaches this year. Now we have a little apple tree, but we don't get many apples. The squirrels absolutely love them, and they eat them before we even get to see them most of the time. I've still got a few hours work out here to get this basil, this ashwagandha, and some of this other stuff that I got out here separated. The marshmallow flower plant. I've got to get cups, and I've got to break these apart and get them in their individual cells, their individual little cups, so they can get bigger. I can go ahead and put the ashwagandha in a pot. It's looking like it can be in a bigger pot. Well, that's what's going on in our little vegetable garden today. I'm out here doing what I can. I've still got a little while to get those weeds up. Not too many. I'm really impressed that we don't have more weeds out there than what's out there. So I got a little work I got to do. Probably got that lettuce in my teeth. Thank you for joining me today. Like always, until next time.